Now, congruent triangles. Congruent triangles are two or more triangles that are the exact same. All of their corresponding angles are congruent and all of their corresponding sides are congruent. So a little tidbit of information, if their sides are congruent, then you pull out your protractor and you measure their angles are going to be congruent. So what we're going to use is the distance formula to find out if the sides are congruent. So congruent triangles just means that they're the exact same, like a pair of identical twins. Exact same. All right, so now, number one, are they congruent? Now I'm going to show you a little bit of a shortcut. If the triangle, first off, they don't give us any ordered pairs. So but we're intelligent enough, we can figure out what the ordered pairs are. All right, but if they are, I guess, not diagonal, if the sides of the triangle are vertical or horizontal, we can just count the units. So if I have from P to Q, there's 2 units, so the distance would be 2. So over here from P prime, remember that little apostrophe, the word is prime, from P prime to Q prime is also 2. So we already have one set of corresponding sides that are congruent. So we can come over here and put PQ is congruent to P prime, Q prime. Yep, that is true. All right, so now let me grab another color. So the other side of our triangle that is vertical or horizontal would be QV. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. QV. 1, 2, 3, 4. Q prime, V prime. So QV is congruent. Remember the equal with the squiggly on top means congruent. Q prime, V prime. Those are congruent, so we've already checked out. Those two sides are congruent. We haven't had to do that distance formula yet. Okay, well now to find out if PV and P prime, V prime, if those are congruent, we've got to do the distance formula. There's no way around it. You've got to do the distance formula twice for each side. If our answer is the same, then yes, they are congruent. If our answer is different, no, they're not congruent. All right, so if I have, let me go purple, I guess. V, -2, 1, 2, 3, 4. -2, +4. And P is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. -4, +8. So I'm going to do the distance formula, and I'm just going to do it right here over my little graph. It'll be okay. So I've got to subtract my x's. Now, in my distance formula earlier, my other video, I said to label the ordered pairs x1, y1, x2, y2. Doesn't matter which one you label when it's not like on the left side and the right side. So it really doesn't matter which one you subtract. But if I'm going to do -4 minus -2, -4 minus -2 squared, I've got to start with 8. 8 minus 4. So then -4 minus -2 is -2 squared. 8 minus 4 is 4 squared. -2 squared is 4, and 4 squared is 16. And that would be 20. I'm not going to worry about simplifying the radical right now. I'm not going to worry about simplifying the square root. I'm just going to leave it at square root of 20. It's okay. It can be simplified, but we're not going to simplify it. Now I'm going to go over to the other side, the v prime and the p prime. So v would be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be a positive 2, positive 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 8. Woo! That's sloppy 8. So I'm going to do the distance formula again. So distance, remember it doesn't matter if you start with the 2 and then the 4, the x's and then the y's. It doesn't matter which ordered pair you start with. So since I started with the top over here, I'm going to start with the top over there. So 4 minus 2, subtract your x's, square them. Subtract your y's, 8 minus 4, square them. So then I have 4 minus 2 is 2 squared. 8 minus 4 is 4 squared. 2 squared is 4. 4 squared is 16. And when I add together, 4 plus 16 is 20. And they are the same. So are they congruent? Well, yes, they are. They are congruent because all of the corresponding sides were congruent. Now, sadly, this problem, there's not any on the vertical or horizontal lines. So guess what? You're going to have to do the distance formula 6 times. You're going to have to do from GH and compare that with G prime H prime. And then you're going to have to do HF and compare H prime F prime. And then GF and then G prime F prime. And for the timing of the video, since we already know how to do the distance formula and you understand the whole concept of my corresponding sides having to be congruent, and so therefore my distance formula answer would have to be the same, I'm going to save you the time, but I would like for y'all to do this. It's actually number... I did number 22. I did number 22 from number 1 was number 22 on this page. And then this is number 24 from your worksheet number 2 that we did last week. So this is how to tell if these triangles are congruent is by using the distance formula. Then they want to know, okay, so you've verified that they are congruent. Now they want to know what transformation has happened. So we did that long time ago. Transformations, which would be our reflection, rotation, translation, dilation. So this would be the flip, which would be reflection. And then this one would be a slide because it slid over and had So translation would be the slide. So are they congruent?